Hello guys and welcome here to SCN. I'm Brian Hummel here. So today I just wanted to discuss the incident that took place earlier this week. If you haven't seen the video, I encourage you to go watch it. It is a video of, again, another referee getting tackled during a game. He got body slammed. He left the game with a concussion. It's a youth sport. Football game, I believe it was high school level. That player was ejected prior to that because he was throwing punches at the opposing team's quarterback. So this was not this was not a random incident. He was ejected. The coach brought him to the sidelines. And, he found his way back onto the field shortly after going to the sidelines after the coach had let his guard. It looks like the coach let his guard down. I know my colleagues over at Heartland Spirit, they discussed this briefly during their podcast last night. As a coach, I would like to address this as well. So as coaches, especially as youth coaches, I think we need to do a better job of understanding the refs are not professionals. They're gonna make mistakes. Granted, I've had a lot of them who have made some big mistakes, and I have come close to charging onto the court before. But, they don't have to be doing this kind of profession. This is what turns people away from doing refereeing. This is what turns people away from wanting to do that. And it infuriates me because I'm in a CYO league where many refs don't want to do the games anymore because they're sick and tired of the parents and the players and the coaches being so disrespectful. Again, this is a service they don't have to do. And as someone who has wanted to potentially ref down the road, this scares me away from doing it. I'm not going to lie. This scares me away. I'm not going to say that the player is not at fault whatsoever, but if he was ejected, why wasn't he why was he on the sidelines? He should have been escorted out of the playing field. Plain and simple. So in that respect, it's on the coach. And at the end of the day, I have sat and I have talked with my teams before. I have said to them at the beginning of the season last year when we had issues with referees, threatening to quit, I had said, take it easy. Don't argue with them. If they make a call, you just got to go with it. Look, let me deal with it because I'm the coach, and let the other coach deal with it. We'll deal with the issue. You focus on the playing. Players play, coaches coach, refs ref. Leave it at that. If you don't like the call, maybe it's a good time to sit on your hands and just not say a word. And I've also got friends who referee and they're sick and tired of it. That's part of the reason they don't want to do it anymore. It's sad. This is why we don't have as many refs as we can in youth sports. And, like I said, as a coach myself, for a while I was a hothead. I didn't like when refs made bad calls, but, and I still don't like it. I got a player ejected once. I told him at the end of the day, look, he made that call. Nothing I say or do is going to change it. And everyone knows if you argue with the referee, you're not going to get the call changed in that kind of situation. What was that player trying to accomplish other than hurt his teammates and his chances of potentially going to a D1 school? Because now D1 schools have seen this video. And maybe if this player was on an ESPN Top 100 list, he now just dropped off it overnight. And it's also on the parents. At the end of the day, too, we need to be holding our parents more accountable. I said players play, coaches coach, refs ref. parents and spectators spectate. No more armchair analysts. But this is something that has infuriated me for a very long time, and I don't get what's so hard to comprehend about it. I get it. The refs are not the greatest. I mean, there are a lot of good ones. There are a lot of bad ones, and there are a lot of terrible ones, as one guy put it to me. And, when I started to do my internship for college, and when I started to do my overseeing my CYO program and stuff, I started to realize, it all started to click for me. And honestly, last season, I think I became friends with more refs than I did enemies. I made it my priority to make that ref feel appreciated for what he does. And when they come up to me and they tell me, hey, you need to get your player under control, we did that. They don't, like I said, they love to do this. They love to ref, and they love to give back. Some of them do. And, some of them, maybe they're just in it for the paycheck. But at the end of the day, they don't have to be doing what they're doing. They could drop off the face, they could drop it and say to their boards, they could say, we're not reffing this year. We've had it with the parents. We've had it with the players. We're not doing this. We're not putting ourselves through this torture. They could easily come up and say that. And that's what parents and coaches don't understand, and I think it's something they take for granted. What are you going to do if those refs quit? Because you're not going to have youth sports anymore. So I think, and again, I'm an amateur coach. I've only coached 5 years. This was supposed to be my 6th season, but COVID canceled that. But I could tell you right now, something needs to be done. That video needs to be a wake-up call to a lot of the youth coaches in the country who, again, take for granted the referees. And this is why we also need coaches. I'm not going to question that coach's credibility. I'm not going to question his his certifications or anything. But, there are coaches in these situations who are not equipped to deal with them. And this is where we need more coaching classes. This is where we need new coaches. Maybe the coach, again, I don't know his credibility. For all I know, he could be a parent of a kid on the team and just decided to coach because he wanted to spend time with his children. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your reasoning is for getting into coaching. You need to be taking the right classes. You should, even if there are no classes you can that are required to be taken, you should be taking classes on how to coach. Because there are many coaches in this country who don't know a damn about what they're doing. And, and this is what causes these kinds of issues, is the fact that we do, I'm not saying this is what caused this situation, but this is something that should be addressed. It should be a wake-up call to athletic directors. Zach Carmine he wants to be an athletic director. He has told me that. This is something he's going to have to deal with in his future. For me, this is something I might have to deal with in my future if I decide to, if I eventually become an athletic director for one of my CYO programs. This is something an athletic director needs to make clear. We need to put the right people in charge of these programs. But this is something that these guys are going to have to deal with. And this is not something we should just look at and, it's not a laughable moment. And if you think it is, they're, clearly, that's in a way contributing to the problem. It's not funny seeing a referee get body slammed. This is not the WWE. This is youth sports. And this is where parents and players and coaches and athletic directors, this is where everyone involved in a sports program needs to wake up and realize that this is an issue and we can't be losing our referees. I'm not trying to be dramatic about it, but I'm telling you from a guy who has seen it, who has been dealing with it firsthand, we need to step up as coaches and not allow this to happen. We can't lose our referees. If we lose our referees, we lose youth sports. Wake up. That's my plea. We don't need more incidents like this. We need players to be aware that this, bad calls happen. In that case, it looked like it was a good call that he got ejected. You can't throw punches, but he should have left the field. He shouldn't have even come back onto the sidelines. He should have been in the locker room. He should have been far away from the field after an ejection like that. But again, this is where it needs to be a wake-up call. That's my message there for that. We want to thank you guys for watching. If you're a coach that wants to start out, if you're an athletic director looking to start out, I hope this video kind of informed you. I hope it didn't scare you, but I hope it informed you and maybe even made you think about taking some coaching classes. If you are in college, I hope that you will certainly, if you want to coach youth sports, I hope that you will take some classes. I have done so. I found my classes very informative on this, and I've found them to be very helpful. I even plead this as well for coaches. If you can go to a referee clinic, if you can go to any referee clinic for the sport you're going to coach, please, I encourage you to go do so. I have not done that yet, so maybe I'm not practicing what I preach, but I certainly hope when this pandemic ends that I can get a chance to even sit in on some referee clinics and see, firsthand, why they call this, why they call that. But definitely educate yourself. Don't be afraid to do it. Don't just think you can hop in and immediately just start coaching and say, well, I haven't coached before, but I was offered this position, and hey, I'm just going to take it. Who cares what I need to know? I'll look up stuff on YouTube on how to coach, and you probably got led to this video just on that alone. But hey, again, I just hope to all the college students out there looking to coach, please pick up classes. To any parent looking to coach their kid, please consider taking a coaching class. Please do, actually. Don't even consider it. Do it. It's very, very helpful. We're not trying to tell you you can't coach, but I'm trying to say it's very helpful. It's very beneficial. It will help you. It's not to punish you. It's to help you. And I think that's one thing we need to stress in youth sports. And I hope that parents who want to become coaches will do that for their kid. Anyway, again, thank you guys for watching. Please like or dislike. Please subscribe if you liked this video. I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. Trying to preach to the choir here. Again, please tune in to our friends at Heartland Spirit, their Canteen podcast. I believe it now airs at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Spotify, and all audio platforms, so please be sure to tune in. They just celebrated their 10th episode. Congratulations to them. I want to also get that message out to Zach and Nathaniel. Congratulations on 10 episodes. I know it's not much, but it's a good start, and I hope you guys continue to do well. I watched their recent episode. Again, I just hope nothing but the best for them being our partners, and I hope that their podcast continues to be, or will continue to grow and will be a success. If you haven't checked them out, please go do so. It's a very good podcast. They do an excellent job every single week. Eventually, I believe they're going to go 5 days a week. So, hey, tune in. Trust me, you'll like it. But until the next time, goodbye, everyone.